Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle 12 for $10 bundle of May 2026. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Super Meat Boy, a relentlessly difficult 2D platformer where you, as a lovable cube of raw meat, navigate through over 300 short but ruthless levels. Developed by Team Meat, this game challenges you with hazards like hypodermic needles, lava pits, and meat-seeking rockets, all designed to turn you into splattered leftovers. With only running and jumping at your disposal, you must master precise controls to avoid death. Each level resets instantly after you splat, ensuring rapid-fire repetition. This design helps you learn from each failed attempt, turning the most challenging levels into achievable feats through muscle memory. While the gamepad is ideal for precise controls, you can manage with a keyboard. The cleverly designed levels make you feel like an Olympic figure skater on ice, until you're splattered again. Super Meat Boy features retro-themed warp zones, collectible bandages, and unlockable Dark World levels, adding depth and replayability. Each level starts with dozens of Meat Boys reenacting your previous attempts, creating a chaotic yet entertaining scene of mass meat splattering. Your mission is to rescue Bandage Girl from the evil Dr. Fetus, but each reunion is short-lived as she gets kidnapped again, pushing you to the next level. The game requires fierce trial and error, making each victory immensely satisfying. Even if you encounter difficulties, you can skip levels, except boss stages, but this defeats the purpose of the game's rewarding challenge. Super Meat Boy, with its retro graphics, simple animations, and brilliant music, is a delicacy for hardcore 2D platformer fans. Despite minor bugs, the game's charm and intense challenge make it a must-play. At number 2 we have Beat Cop, a retro pixel art style adventure game set in the grimy streets of 1980s New York. You play as Jack Kelly, a former detective framed for murder and demoted to a regular beat cop. Your last chance to uncover the truth behind this conspiracy involves balancing your daily routine under a terrible boss, a demanding wife, and local mafia threats. The atmosphere completely commits to the essence of classic 80s cop shows. You'll enjoy a thick crime story packed with black humor, witty comebacks, and adult themes ranging from organized crime to drugs. Mechanically, the gameplay mirrors Papers, Please, with straightforward tasks. Your daily loop consists of checking parking meters, writing tickets, reprimanding pedestrians, and managing delicate favors between rival factions. However, the experience is not without its flaws. While the writing, visuals, and music shine, the core loop can feel overly monotonous and repetitive after the first week. The mouse-only controls lack a user-friendly WASD option and occasionally suffer from movement-breaking bugs. Furthermore, managing the aggressive day timer can cause frustration, especially since missing strict unprompted event windows can instantly trigger a sudden, underwhelming ending presented as a simple newspaper clipping. Beat Cop is a stylish short simulation full of attitude and nostalgic charm. Although it suffers from repetition, a small map, and rushed endings, its strong narrative personality makes it well worth checking out, especially if you can pick it up in a bundle. At number 3 we have Anomaly Agent, a stylish cyberpunk side-scrolling beat-em-up that puts you in control of Agent 70, a sharply dressed operative in an all-white suit. Unlike his fellow agents, he's not just fighting ordinary thugs. He is tasked with eliminating bizarre anomalies that can twist time, flip gravity, and wreak havoc on a neon-lit city. Your mission feels fresh thanks to creative mechanics and a world dripping with personality. The game balances accessibility with challenge, letting you adjust difficulty settings and even toggle attack warnings if needed. Combat feels fluid, with melee attacks, dodges, and parries forming the foundation before adding guns, anomaly weapons, and stylish combos you unlock by defeating bosses. You can also get creative by smashing foes into electrified walls, sending them plummeting off the ledges, or using a business card as a deadly projectile. Each encounter encourages experimentation, making fights engaging rather than repetitive. The bosses stand out as highlights, each with quirky designs and mechanics that force you to adapt. From a wrestler slamming down on you, to a gravity anomaly flipping entire stages upside down, they keep battles unpredictable. The visuals nail the pixel art cyberpunk vibe, with neon-drenched environments ranging from subways to rooftops, while the pumping synth-heavy soundtrack amplifies the energy. Dialogue choices add a surprising twist, letting you earn upgrades from both happy and sad responses, giving conversations weight beyond storytelling. Combined with clever humor, slick action, and a distinct personality, Anomaly Agent is a beat-em-up that demands your attention. At number 4 we have Rubber Bandits, an accessible multiplayer game that lets you dive right into chaotic fun. This arena combat game has a twist. Your goal isn't to commit mass homicide, but to gather as much loot as you can before making a swift exit. Your character's mission for revenge sets the stage, but the gameplay is all about the absurd antics and cooperation with friends or online players. In Rubber Bandits, the levels are randomly generated, offering diverse locations with unique gimmicks. Each stage holds a treasure trove, and your job is to snatch as much as possible while avoiding the bumbling police. The core gameplay revolves around collecting loot, dodging the law, and escaping swiftly with freeze guns, boxing gloves, and over-the-top weaponry at your disposal. While Rubber Bandits offers a whimsical experience, the grind becomes evident in the early stages as you struggle to balance your training, loot collection, and facing off with opponents. The game's random number generator can be frustrating, and getting mugged repeatedly when you aim to buy sports equipment adds to the irritation. As you progress, the game becomes more engaging. You'll explore various scenarios, from guarded museums to airport baggage claims, with each level being engaging, bright, and brief, lasting around a minute. The cooperative multiplayer mode shines when you team up locally or online, making Rubber Bandits a hilarious experience with a bunch of lawless friends. Despite the fun, Rubber Bandits can lead to some in-game rivalry, as the player with the most loot gets the highest rank and bragging rights. So, while it's cooperative, there's still a sense of competition. It's a game that doesn't take itself too seriously and thrives on chaotic, wacky scenarios. While it might not break new ground, it's perfect for lighthearted game nights and moments of laughter with friends and family. At number 5 we have Pumpkin Jack, a remarkable 3D platformer that captures the essence of the classic PS1 and PS2 games like Medieval and Spyro. This game stands out with its engaging combat, well-crafted storytelling, and delightful humor. You take control of Jack, a mischievous pumpkin who finds himself in the middle of a war between mindless monsters and humans. As Jack, you unleash your license to kill and embark on a journey filled with action and adventure. The game's writing is a highlight, with clever dialogue and comedic timing that will keep you entertained. The gameplay mechanics excel in both platforming and combat. The platforming is fun, although slightly challenging due to the controller input latency. The combat reminiscent of Medieval is relentless, yet rewarding, with a variety of weapons and special abilities to unlock. Jack is accompanied by a talking crow, who provides range attacks and assists in puzzles, adding a human element to the ghastly situation. Despite its strengths, Pumpkin Jack has a few drawbacks. The game is relatively short, with a playtime of around 2 to 3 hours. The soundtrack occasionally falls short, lacking thematic consistencies in certain parts. Additionally, the on-rail sections of the game feel repetitive and disrupt the overall flow. Despite these flaws, Pumpkin Jack remains a fantastic 3D platformer that successfully captures the charms of its predecessors. Its combat mechanics, storytelling, and unique take on the genre make it a worthwhile experience. While the game's length and certain aspects may be disappointing, the enjoyment derived from every minute of playtime is undeniable. At number 6 we have Liquor Store Simulator, a first-person retail management game that turns running an alcohol business into a surprisingly addictive, cozy capitalism sandbox. Starting your journey humbly, you purchase a rundown sparse shop on credit with a bank account already under immense financial pressure. Your simple goal is to survive long enough to pay off debt and grow the business. Because the game utilizes a tactile first-person perspective, you must physically perform the daily labor that drives your shop's growth. Early on, you accept deliveries, carry boxes inside, clean spills, and manually stock shelves bottle by bottle. Progression brings greater complexity, notably a standout draft beer mechanic where you carefully control the pour angle and timing to act as a bartender. You also manage regulatory responsibilities, meticulously checking IDs to avoid devastating fines from underage customers trying to trick you with fakes. Eventually, you transition from worker to owner by hiring employees to automate checkout and stocking duties. This allows you to focus on higher-level store layout customization, upgrading decorations, and expanding into premium product lines. While the game features simplistic customer AI and lacks complex economic market fluctuations, its intuitive controller interface and highly satisfying micro-satisfaction loops make the predictable grind feel therapeutic. For the price of a bundle, the title offers incredible value, ensuring that organizing rows of wine bottles becomes as easy to start and difficult to stop management routine. You'll find true relaxing ownership in watching this virtual boutique thrive from your own efforts. At number 7 we have Once Alive, a slow methodical walking simulator that blends sorrow, beauty, and mystery into a haunting first-person adventure. This solo project delivers an emotional narrative across 3 acts, where every location tells a story through notes, memories, and atmosphere. You play as Jim, the older brother of Daniel, both of whom believe they are among the last survivors of a devastating pandemic. When Daniel leaves in search of salvation despite Jim's warnings, you set out to uncover his fate and unravel the mystery of Houseville. The journey is one of grief, loss, and fragile hope, carried by a powerful story that resonates on a deeply human level. Mechanically, Once Alive doesn't push boundaries. You'll explore confined spaces, solve light puzzles, and encounter occasional QuickTime events. These familiar systems serve more as a vehicle for storytelling than a gameplay challenge. The simplicity works in its favor, letting you focus on the emotive narrative, though you may wish for more variety and deeper puzzles to extend the experience. Visually, the game shines. The use of lighting and shadows creates stunning cinematic depth, while the memory sequences and environmental details keep you immersed. Some lip-syncing and rendering issues may appear, but they never outweigh the overall beauty. The audio design is equally strong, balancing ambient sound, a subtle soundtrack, and convincing voice acting. With only about 2 hours of gameplay and a single ending, Once Alive lacks replay value. Yet for those hours, it delivers a touching and unforgettable story worth experiencing. At number 8 we have Livelock, a top-down isometric shooter set in a post-apocalyptic future where a gamma radiation burst has wiped out humanity. To survive, humans transferred their consciousness into machines, but severe corruption turned most of them animalistic. Guided by an AI named Satcom, you control an intellect, a human mind in a sleek synthetic body, fighting to restore the planet. You can select from 3 distinct robotic classes: Hex the Sniper, Vanguard the Heavy Hitter, or Catalyst, a gynoid support class utilizing assistant drones to chain attacks. Each character provides a unique playstyle, giving you plenty of campaign replay value. While the early level design feels bland, the world expands into alternative routes and secret rooms full of carbon, a currency you collect to upgrade weapons and abilities. You'll also discover narrative audio logs that enrich the surprisingly engaging sci-fi plot. Instead of just mindlessly shooting to the exit, you must complete various tasks like defending points or destroying specific targets, culminating in memorable boss fights. Visually, the clean art direction contrasts with somewhat uninspired neon ruins. The audio is also a mixed bag. Character trash talk quickly turns into cringe-inducing, but Satcom's silky smooth voice acting is incredibly relaxing. This is a well-crafted title that skillfully blends twin-stick shooting with deep role-playing progression mechanics. It accommodates solo adventures, but the experience peaks when you bring friends along for the ride. If you love cooperative gaming, you should grab a partner, dive into the carnage, and give this highly replayable shooter a shot. At number 9 we have Hell Pie, an exuberant treat for lovers of 3D platformers, striking the perfect balance between movement mechanics and creative level design. The integration of a grappling hook catapults the game's fun factor, turning traversal into a sheer delight that's reminiscent of classics like Crackdown. From the moment you step into the bright and expansive hub area, it's evident that getting around in Hell Pie is where the true enjoyment lies. You're thrust into the shoes of Nate, a rather unconventional demon in charge of bad taste, in the depths of hell. When tasked by Satan himself to prepare a pie for his upcoming birthday, Nate embarks on a journey to Earth, alongside his pudgy cherub companion, Nugget. The game's distinct humor, straddling the line between cute and crude, is evident from the get-go. The introduction of a grappling hook that utilizes Nugget as a mid-air anchor point transforms Nate's maneuverability into a spectacle. Swinging through the air and navigating seamlessly impossible gaps feels magical and exhilarating. The main objective revolves around gathering ingredients for the baking quest, while a plethora of collectibles from the tins of candy meat to golden lucky cats await your exploration in each hub area. Upgrading Nate's and Nugget's abilities adds depth, allowing you to tailor your playstyle. However, some of the late game abilities may feel underwhelming, especially when compared to the sheer joy of fully utilizing the grappling mechanics. Each sub-level features a distinct theme that showcases the game's creative prowess, from a drug-fueled escapade to exploring the innards of a whale. While the game isn't without its flaws, such as occasionally difficult to spot collectibles and some late game redundancies, its strengths overshadow these minor shortcomings. Hellpie stands as a testament to unabashed creativity, offering a genuinely fun and inventive platforming adventure that's hard to put down. At number 10 we have Hammerwatch II, an action RPG that expands on its predecessor, placing you in a vast open world where you join King Roland's resistance against a tyrannical ruler. You'll pick from 5 classes, level up, and battle hordes of enemies solo or in 4-player co-op. The combat is the heart of Hammerwatch II. Every class feels viable, though melee characters struggle more than ranged ones. You will unlock abilities and passive skills, upgrading your character through a rewarding progression system. The fast-paced hack-and-slash action keeps things engaging, with a solid variety of enemies and satisfying boss fights. Gold plays a major role, serving as currency for upgrades and a penalty for deaths. Earning it through battles, quests, and dungeon exploration adds depth, and the ability to respec ensures you can experiment with different builds. However, the game's biggest flaw is its world traversal and quest design. Objectives are often vague, forcing you to wander aimlessly. This becomes especially frustrating in maze-like areas such as the ruins of Malgar, where unclear progression turns exploration into a tedious guessing game. Even purchasing shortcuts with gold does not fully resolve this issue. Hammerwatch II delivers solid combat and character progression, but stumbles with its frustrating navigation and lack of direction. The experience improves significantly in co-op, but solo players may find its flaws too difficult to overlook. If you enjoy hack-and-slash RPGs, this might be worth a shot. Just be sure to bring a friend. At number 11 we have Haunted Lands, a solo-developed retro-action platformer that fully embraces the punishing ethos of shareware-era classics. Originally conceived as an unofficial sequel to Dangerous Dave in the Haunted Mansion, this game drops you into a pixelated nightmare where cultists have taken over mansions, churches, and burial grounds. Your mission is to thin out hordes of zombies and demons across brutally difficult, handcrafted 2D levels. You start with a roster including a veteran, werewolf, and sorceress, with 3 more characters unlocking later. Swapping heroes genuinely changes your approach, as each features distinct mechanics like the sorceress's hovering ability or the werewolf's high-reaching charge attacks. You'll collect silver coins, treasure chests, and game-changing artifacts to boost stats or rewrite character kits, but a steep penalty awaits. If you die mid-mission, all collected loot is permanently lost. This game commits entirely to an EGA-era color palette, clean animations, and a metal-influenced soundtrack that perfectly elevates the on-screen carnage. However, you must adapt to intentionally rigid retro mechanics. Firing angles are limited, you cannot shoot while airborne, and dashes are bound to strict cooldowns. Furthermore, the punishing checkpoint system frequently forces you to restart levels from scratch upon death. This package includes solid Steam Deck support, achievements, and plenty of post-game content for completionists. While its uncompromising difficulty and clunky retro quirks may alienate modern players, it remains a wonderfully bloody slice of 1980s nostalgia that delivers precisely what it promises. At number 12 we have Flooded, a reverse city builder where you manage a mining colony on shrinking islands as the ocean rapidly rises. Instead of expanding a settlement indefinitely, you must gather resources, complete objectives, and escape before everything sinks beneath the waves. This twist on the genre creates a constant sense of urgency, forcing you to balance progress with survival. Your main goal is to progress through 4 eras by meeting specific requirements, such as constructing ships, upgrading buildings, or removing obstacles. However, as time passes, the water level rises, swallowing structures near the shore. You can delay the inevitable with bulwarks and artificial land, but land itself is a scarce resource. The game's challenge lies in efficient space management. Mines for materials, housing for workers, and storage for supplies all need to be prioritized carefully. Despite its pressure-driven gameplay, Flooded never feels overwhelming. The pacing keeps you engaged without becoming stressful. Randomized elements, like different resource requirements and procedurally generated islands, ensure that no 2 runs play out exactly the same. Additionally, light RTS mechanics introduce pirate attacks, adding extra variety. With 12 levels, a quick play mode, and endless mode, Flooded offers just the right amount of content. The writing is lighthearted, filled with humor and pop culture references, making the journey enjoyable even when your infrastructure is vanishing beneath the waves. While it may not be as expansive as traditional builders, Flooded delivers a well-executed, tightly designed experience that is both fun and refreshingly unique. And that's all for this bundle. The humble 12 for $10 bundle is a total steal if you want to farm achievements and expand your backlog. It packs epic value with bangers like Pumpkin Jack and Haunted Lands offering top-tier challenging gameplay. While veteran bundle hunters might spot a few repeats like Hammerwatch II, the entry price is too good to pass up. Secure these 12 Steam keys before they disappear, support a great charity, and secure your next massive wave of indie gaming fun. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.